your work at Marimo was inspired in part by reproducibility pain. So anybody who has used Jupyter notebooks has experienced difficulties with reproducibility, and I have lots to go into around that later in the episode. But just as like a starting point, that kind of reproducibility pain that you experienced as a PhD student at Stanford, um, especially with things like co-authors handing you broken notebooks and model training often beginning without checkpoints, version control, or recorded data provenance. Um, Tell us about, yeah, those pain points that you experienced as a PhD student and how you came up with your solution.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess for a bit of background, so I did my PhD in machine learning, um, in it was like 2018 to 2021. So I did it at Stanford, and like I specialized in like vector embeddings, high dimensionality vector dimensionality reduction. So like finding structure in these like high dimensional spaces. And so when you work on things like that, like it's really important to be able to see your data while you work on it. So like notebooks and like Jupyter notebooks are like super useful. Like you just like without that iterative experience, like that kind of research is just like would be way harder. So like very grateful for working in Jupyter notebook for having Jupyter notebooks. Um, but like I guess as I did that research, like there were a few like shortcomings. Some of them having to do with like reproducibility that sort of like came to the forefront as I like worked on them, like worked with Jupyter notebooks on an almost daily basis. Um, and so when it comes to like reproducibility and maintainability, I guess there's a few different aspects. So for one, the file format for Jupyter notebooks, they are stored as like these JSON blobs. Um, and so you can't like really reuse code across them easily without jumping through some hoops. So like you end up just like duplicating your notebooks for like slightly different experiments. Um, Whereas if you were writing software, you would just like import functions from one module to another. Um, but also this JSON blob like made like version control pretty hard because like you'll run a notebook and you might not even change any code, but like maybe the image changes or like some metadata changes and you get like a big git diff. So it's like hard to know like how your experiment code also like actually changed over time. Another issue that would come up, and so like for some uses of Jupyter, like this is like a feature, but I'm about to describe. For some uses it is a feature. For the kinds of stuff where like you're like no, you're doing science or you're doing data engineering and you need things to be deterministic, it is not a feature, in my opinion, at least. So in a Jupyter notebook, you can like run cells like out of order. So you can like say, you know, you can run cell number one, then cell number three, then cell number two, then cell number one again. And then maybe you forgot to run cell number three maybe depended on cell number one, and you just totally forgot and you never ran it. And the point is like now your program memory is in some like strange sort of quantum state that you don't understand. And then like you'll figure out like 4 hours later, 8 hours later, like, oh crap, like none of my experiment results are valid. And so like that problem is like kind of like broadly referred to as hidden state, and it just comes down to the fact that in a Jupyter notebook there is no like the notebook runtime doesn't know how your cells are related to each other. Um, and so that was like a big pain point. Like if you contrast that to like an Excel, for example, like if you update a value in a cell, everything recalculates, and the world makes sense, and that doesn't happen by default in a Jupyter notebook. And I'm talking a lot, but like the last thing, and we can go into any of these, is like package requirements. Like so, like when you're working with a notebook, like you might forget to like track what packages. If you use PyTorch, like this specific version of PyTorch and this specific version of transformers, you might just like forget to like put that down in like a requirements.txt or a PyProject toml, like researchers often did. But then that means when you pass your notebook to someone else, they can't get the same results that are serialized in it. And so then that's sort of just another angle in which like this sort of reproducibility problem sort of uh, becomes sort of front and center.